Imagine you're handed a map, but it's covered in strange symbols, blurred lines, and no clear destination. This map is yours alone. No one else recognizes its landmarks. No one else feels the weight of its obstacles or truly knows where you're trying to go. Some people might point out and say, "Just go left," or "Follow me." But deep down, you know, their compasses don't align with your path. They have a totally different path, a totally different destination as compared to you. Then why bother seeking the answers of your map from others? Why keep expecting others to have the answers when the map was never theirs to read? Does that make sense? No. Because here's the hard truth. We're wired and created to seek saviors. For example, mentor who will fix us, a magic book with all the answers, a guru promising a shortcut. It's good to have them for sure. It's good to have someone else's opinion on some things. But tell me, what happens when the advice fails? When the motivation fades? When you're left alone, staring at the same crossroads, waiting for someone else to push, propel, and move you forward? The reality is that no one is coming to solve your problems. No single person. Not because they don't care, don't get me wrong, but because they simply can't. So the real question is, when will you stop handing them the map? And when will you start looking for the answers of your paths and destination in your map, all by yourself? And oh, believe me, this isn't a pep talk, it's a wake-up call. Imagine having all the power in the world to navigate your struggles. Brilliant idea, isn't it? Because the real power and strength doesn't lie in luck. It doesn't lie in someone else's magic formula, but in the choices you make, the perspectives you adopt, and the actions you take. Yes, only you. So let me ask an uncomfortable but necessary question. What is that one step you could take today without waiting for someone else's opinion, validation, or permission that could solve your problems? Don't know the answer? Well, stick around. Because we're breaking down the three arguments, the three highly effective mindset shifts that turn problem avoiders into problem solvers. Starting right now. Let's get into it. Think about the last time someone gave you advice that just didn't work. Well, maybe it was a friend saying, "Hey, just stay positive," or a guru online preaching, "Man up and wake up at 5 a.m. Those are the good advices. Let's be very clear. But here's the thing. Their solution worked for them, not necessarily for you. You must be wondering, why? Because every problem you face is your problem only. It is filtered through your experiences only, your fears only, and your hidden biases only. As philosopher Henry Bergson said it beautifully, the eye sees only what the mind is prepared to comprehend. So tell me, when was the last time you ignored your own intuition, your own gut feeling, just to follow someone else's rulebook? Let's make this clear further by giving you an example. Let's take job loss, a challenge millions have faced at least once in their lifetime. Person A goes into self-doubt. Person B sees it as a chance to pivot. Person C feels relief. Same event, totally different reactions. Why? Because their internal landscapes, their financial pressures, their self-worth, their risk tolerance, their mental strength, their mindset, aren't just variables. Believe me, they're the entire equation. So why do we still search for those random solutions which worked for others? Is it because we're afraid to admit that our problems and their solutions are as unique as our fingerprints? And don't get me wrong, this isn't about rejecting all advice. That would be dumb, wouldn't it? It is about realizing that the most transformative solutions come from within. That gut feeling you ignore, the quiet voice whispering in your ears, "This path isn't for me." Believe me, That's not resistance. That's not coincidence. It's wisdom. Never ignore your intuition. So I'll ask you, what is that one problem that you're trying to solve by following the rules of someone else's book? Someone who's always the wronged party, who's always the victim in every story. It's the boss ruined their career. It's the economy that shattered their dreams. It's the bad luck which follows them like a shadow. Here's the uncomfortable truth. This victim mindset is a prison. It is a flawed concept and will never help you grow enough to be in acceptance stage and try to look for solutions. Whining is never a solution. As Hal Elrod said, the moment you take responsibility for everything in your life is the moment you can change anything in your life. This is such a powerful quote. Just think about it. When you blame external forces, you hand them the keys to your freedom. You are nothing but a chained, self-proclaimed victim. So tell me honestly, what's one problem you've been blaming on others that deep down you know you could influence? Viktor Frankl survived the Holocaust by realizing one unshakable truth. He said, "It is not our circumstances that determine our fate, but how we react to them." Now take an example. A startup founder loses everything. Investors betray and bail out. The product flops. He could play victim, can't he? He can. But instead, he asks himself, where did I misstep? What are the mistakes I made which could have been avoided? And most importantly, what can I learn? Fast forward. His next venture thrives and becomes a huge success. That's the paradox. That is the secret I'm trying to teach you. Owning your problems doesn't weigh you down. Remove that mentality from your head. In reality, owning your problems unlocks doors which you didn't even imagine. Here's your challenge for today. Grab a paper, draw 2 circles. Label one, out of my control. For example, the past, the actions of others. Label the other circle as my power zone. For example, your efforts, attitude, next step to take. Now, burn the first circle, metaphorically, unless you're dramatic, and focus only on the second circle, because here's the secret no one else will tell you. Tiny actions compound. A rejected job application? Send 3 more? A failed relationship? Control your healing. Now tell me, what's that one specific thing in your circle of power zone this week? Drop it below in the comments. Have you ever noticed how some problems keep coming back no matter how many fixes you try? They are just imminent no matter how hard you try and how many solutions people give you. For example, paying off one credit card just to max out another, or venting to friends about the same issue for years, but never changing anything. Well, that's the trap of external solutions. They're painkillers, not cures. The good doctor is someone who treats the condition, not just the symptoms. And that methodology works in real life too. Never forget what an ancient proverb says: "Give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime." So here's the real question. What's that one problem you keep outsourcing when the real solution requires you to get your hands dirty? Let's make it clear by making an imaginary scenario. Every time you face some unexpected problem, you call a lifeline, a savior. For example, a mentor, a guru, a 10-step hack you read on social media. At first, it feels like winning. You feel like you have finally found the secret to solve that problem. But slowly, something threatening happens. You stop trusting yourself. The doubts creep in. The muscle of problem-solving atrophies. The muscle memory of problem-solving gets deleted from the higher centers of your brain. Soon, even the smallest of challenges feel like emergencies. At the case in point, someone stuck in debt cycles keeps getting bailouts, but never learns budgeting. And the cost of it? They're now convinced they're bad with money. Is that the right approach? First seeking external solutions, and when they don't work, you start blaming yourself and start thinking yourself as someone not good enough. Sounds familiar? Well, then tell me. When was the last time you dismissed your own ability before even trying? Here's the pivot. What if you approached every problem like a student, not like a customer? Instead of buying the solution, you invest in skills that will teach you how to solve that problem for lifetime. How about that? For example, if you're in a financial mess, why not master cash flow, not just coupon apps? If you're stuck in toxic relationships, why not study boundaries, not just breakup lines? Because the truth is that resilience isn't inherited. It's not given to you when you're born. It's built. It's acquired. So your challenge today is pick one recurring struggle, a problem that is happening again and again. Now write down 3 skills that would attack its root. Acquire those skills, master them, and see that problem fade away from your life forever. In the words of Robert Frost, the only way out is through. Make a promise to yourself. No more wasting your precious energy into blaming, begging, or band-aids. Take full force of your clarity. Take full responsibility of your actions. Take ownership of them. And the map? It's in your hands. The compass? It's your choices. The destination? Whatever you damn well choose to build. That's your destination. But the real question is, when will you stop waiting for someone to hand you a bucket and start directing the flow of water? If this video helped you think in a new way or gave you something to act on, give it a like, share it with someone who might need it today, and subscribe to our channel for more honest, helpful content like this. And hey, don't forget to drop a comment below. What's one small action you'll take today to solve your problem on your own? We're all growing together. Let's do this.